Well, now it's time for fourth grade Excel, lesson number 33. We're going to be learning about division facts with remainders and about some word problems that involve division with remainders or things that are left over, otherwise known as performance tasks. So before we get started on the lesson, I do want to give you a little riddle for today. And your riddle is, why are frogs so happy? Why are frogs so happy? So here we go with our division facts. We're starting off with a problem that's 7 into 2 equal groups. The problem 7 divided by 2. Well, when I put 7 into 2 equal groups, I get 3 in each group, but then there's 1 left over. See, there's my 7 blocks right there. The 2 equal groups, each group has 3 in it, with 1 left over. The R stands for remainder. Remainder means leftover, or that does not fit into those groups. Another way of looking at a problem like that is 7 divided by 2 is how many 2's go into 7. So I've got 2, I've got 4, I've got 6, and then 8. The number 7 is right here, so it goes in 3 times, 1, 2, 3, but then that 6 is not going to be quite enough. I need 1 more to get to 7, so the answer is 3 remainder 1. And they show you how to demonstrate or prove your work right here. 7 divided by 2 is 3, because 3 times 2 is 6, and you have a leftover of 1, so you'd write 3 remainder 1. Don't forget to write the remainder over there. All right, here are some practice problems. We have 17 divided by 3 first. How many 3's are there in 17? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Well, 18's too big because we're trying to fit it into 17. So you can see what we have here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It goes in 5 times, and we need 2 more to make 17, because 17 minus 5 is 2. So 5 remainder 2 is the answer. All right, let's try this next one here. We have 2 divided by 4. Now that means how many 4's are going to fit into the number 2? Well, the number 2 is before even the first 4. So 4 can't go in any times. It goes in 0 times. And then the first count of 4 is actually a 0. 0 times 4 is 0. And we need 2 more to get to that 2. So the answer is 0 remainder 2. You can also do 0 times 4 is 0. 2 minus 2, 2 minus 0 is 2. So the answer is 0 remainder 2. All right, why don't you pause the video, try just number 3 by yourself, and then turn it back on when you're ready for the solution. So how many times does 3 go into 14? We have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Well, we don't want to go to 15 because 14 is right here. And so we have it going in 4 times. Make sure you put the 4 right above that 4, because that's the 1's place right there. We don't want to put it above the 1. That would mean 40 because it would be in the 10's place. 4 times 3 is 12, as I showed you right here. And when we subtract, we get a leftover, a remainder of 2, because it's going to take 2 more to go from 12 to 14. All right, pause the video and do 4 and 5, and then turn it back on when you're ready to see the solution. So 6 into 19. How many times does 6 go into 19? 6, 12, 18, 24. 24 is too big because 19 is right in here. And so it goes in 3 times. 3 times 6 is 18. Subtract and get 1. 3 remainder 1. How many times does 7 go into 18? 7, 14, 21. 21's too big because 18's right here. So it goes in 2 times, because 7 times 2 is 14. Subtract and get 4. So the answer is 2 remainder 4. All right, now let's take a look at some performance tasks, so some word problems that involve division that could have remainders. What you have to do on these is really think about the problem itself and understand the problem so you know what to do with the remainder. There is no trick for this. You just need to use your head. So it says cookies are sold 5 to a box Ellen wants to buy cookies for 17 students. How many boxes will she have to buy? Well, I think we're assuming that each student is going to get one cookie. Sometimes it helps if you draw a picture of something like this. So you've got a box here, 2, 3, 4, and there's 5 cookies in it. Now she's got 17 kids. If she buys one box, she's going to be able to feed 5 kids, right? She buys 2 boxes, she's going to be able to feed how many kids? You should have said 10, right? She buys 3 boxes for 5. How many kids is she going to be able to give a cookie to? Well, there's going to be 15 kids, right? 5 plus 5 plus 5. If she buys a 4th box, then she will have how many cookies altogether? Well, she'll have 20, but then she can do 5, 10, 15, and then these 2 cookies will go to the last 2 kids, which means that she'll have 3 cookies left over. But without this box here, she's only going to get 15 cookies out, and she needs to have 17, so she's got to buy that whole extra box. And the way that they justified their thinking here is they did 17 divided by 5 is 3 boxes, remainder 2. That means that there's going to be 2 kids left over that are going to need a whole extra box for them, or 4 boxes right there, okay? So notice I didn't add the 3 and 2 together. I thought about the reason for what I'm doing. I said, well, this 3 means I have to have 3 boxes of cookies, and then the 2 is that there are 2, cookies left over, or 2 kids that need to have a whole nother box there. All right, go ahead and pause the video, try number 7 on your own, turn the video back on when you're ready to see the solution to that. It says Adele has 18 flowers, a vase will hold 4 flowers. How many flowers does she need? How many flowers does she need? I think that's a typo. And how many vases does she need? That's if you didn't understand that, well, they gave you the problem right there. But let's take a look at what that actually means. We have a vase, and she's got 4 flowers coming out of the vase, right? So if she uses 1 vase, then that's going to be 4 flowers. And if she uses 2 vases, these are some great looking vases, aren't they? How many flowers is that going to be? Well, that would be 8 flowers, right? 3 vases, and we have 12 flowers, and 4 vases, and we're going to do 16 flowers, right? You got 4, 4, 4, 4. That's only 16 flowers. So in this last vase, how many flowers are going to be in there if she has 18 flowers? Well, there's only going to be 2 flowers in there. So when we do 4 into 18, it goes 4 times, which is 16, remainder 2, but she's going to need another vase for those extra 2 flowers. So the answer is 5 vases. A little typo here on this. All right, now here are some division problems that require 2 answers because they have 2 questions. Notice there's a question mark here and a question mark there. That means we're going to have to give 2 different answers. Jessie bought 10 jerseys for her 8 players. After dividing them equally, how many jerseys did each child get, and how many jerseys were left over? Well, it tells you right here that we're dividing the jerseys equally. So we're doing 10 divided by 8, and that means each kid gets 1. That makes sense. You have 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, and you give each kid a jersey. I'm just going to do this up here for a jersey. So that's 8 jerseys being passed out, but you have 10 jerseys. So you're going to have these 2 jerseys over here that don't have a kid. So there's 1 jersey each with 2 left over. Pause the video, try number 9, then turn it back on for the solution. Leah divided 16 toys equally among 3 boys. How many toys did each boy get, and how many toys were left over? Well, again, we're dividing those toys. Here are the 16 toys. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 3 boys get them. Okay, so each boy might get like 5 there, And this boy would get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. And this boy could get 5 right there. And then we're going to have that one toy that's left over. So what I'm doing is I'm taking 16 and dividing it by the 3 boys, which is equal to 5, remainder 1, because 3 times 5 is 15. And each child is going to get, each boy is going to get 5 toys. And there's going to be 1 left over at the end. And the answer to our joke is, why are frogs so happy? They eat whatever bugs them.